Hey guys, Z from Build a Business You Love here. Thanks so much for coming back and checking out another one of my videos. I really do appreciate it. I thank you guys so much for watching and for subscribing. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Okay. Make myself smaller here. Okay. This is basically for informational purposes only. This is not to be substituted for any type of professional advice. I am not an attorney, honey. I wish I was, but I'm not. I'm not. So this is not any type of legal advice. If you need a lawyer, go get a lawyer. Okay. This is an events-based video about email marketing and collecting data from your client's guest list, the pros and cons with that. Um, and if you are interested in figuring out, you know, if this is something that can work for your business. Some people like the idea, some people don't. I'm kind of on a fence about it. I, I'm gonna tell you my reasonings in a second. I'm kind of on the fence about it. It it's a hard call because you may have certain feelings personally, right? But then when it comes to business, you may feel something different. So I'm gonna go into a little bit about that. Um, Again, this particular video is let me break it down for you. This is for when you already have an event space, right? Or you planning on having your event space, and you actually have your clients come in. This is the day of. They come in, and their guests sign in with their information. Right, their guests sign in with an iPad, or maybe you have some sort of sign-in sheet, which is kind of I don't know, but maybe you have an iPad and their guests sign in. Right, so that's what this is. So this is so that you can actually collect information, emails, other data and information that may be beneficial to you in your business. So let's get into it. So the first pro is that you can have targeted promotions, right? These are people that you can target messages to. You can have that specific demographic. You already know who they are, right? These are people of your people. These are your customers, friends, family. Their guests that they have had at your event space, and they may have similar interests. They may have similar preferences, similar demographics, and it's kind of like laser targeted marketing, right? And it really does help as far as making your promotions and the things that you have going more relevant, because that a lot of times people, if they run in the same circles, a lot of us have a lot of in common. For example, if you are in a sorority or a fraternity and you're having a party for your sorority or fraternity, these are a lot of like-minded people, right? So they may have a lot of things in common and easier to target to get that message to them, right? Another pro about collecting information for your customers from your customers guest list is because you can get a lot of data. You can get information, like I said before, about the demographics, about their preferences. You can get their email address. You can really plan and market and be able to contribute all of this information to your business. So it's really a way to be able to get the information that you need, right, from potential customers and potential clients. That's really the gist of it. You can really, send out email messaging and SMS messaging to people that may be your next client. Another pro is that these are people that you already have had in your space. These people know the space intimately already. So when it's time to say, oh, y'all, we'll be having our next baby shower. We're going to do the baby shower, such and such as a bridal shower, or such and such as wedding, or the next gender reveal. They already been in your space, right? So the thing about it is that they already know and have seen your space intimately, and you already have their information. So by you sending out emails periodically, hey, maybe once a month or whatever it is that you decide to do, they already have this first in mind perspective about your business. They already are going to think about, your event space first. So there's that. Because when it's time to consider the where, everybody's going to be like, oh yeah, that place that such and such went to how had their baby shower at in February, right? And we was already there, so we know, the layout. And sometimes that can be beneficial if you did your job right. Okay, now let's get into the cons. Okay, there are some cons, and the first one is the obvious. It can be perceived as very intrusive. People may look at it as tacky. They may look at you collecting their data and having this iPad there as, invasive. This is something that can negatively impact the perception of your business, if it's not done correctly. And it's really important to be clear about what you do with the information. So make sure that, if this is something that you decide to do, that you do it in a way where it's not perceived as intrusive, because it can come off as very tacky, that you're trying to collect information from your customers guest list, right? So it could be perceived as very tacky. Your actual customer may decline and may want to go against, you actually doing this, because you know but um you can also, another con, I'm sorry, is privacy and legal concerns, right? Collecting people's data can raise a lot of privacy concerns, especially depending on what you collect. Like if you're trying to get, like, say, their birthdays and stuff like that, that's stuff that you can use to get into some security, websites and stuff like that, things that people ask or companies ask so they can log in and everything like that. So that may be a security issue. So guests may be uncomfortable with the idea of their information being used for marketing purposes. If they were not informed and did not give you explicit consent to it, that may pose as a problem. Okay. Depending on the region you're in, it may be some legal requirements regarding this, regarding the collection of the data. And failing to comply with this can result into some legal consequences. So keep that in mind if this is something that you are deciding to do. Make sure you have the correct, disclaimers and all of that good stuff, because you're messing with people's personal information. It could also affect your brand negatively, right? If guests perceive the collection of their data as insincere, or just like, maybe, like I said, it's something that they don't like, it can negatively affect your image. You can possibly get bad reviews, or people coming at you like, oh, this is not what I wanted. This is, you ruined my baby shower taking information. So just keep those things in mind, if this is something that you decide to do, because if you do it right, you just have your iPad out and people are entering their information, and you have your disclosures, and you make it so that they have an option to opt out of your marketing practices, then this may be a go. I don't know, maybe a play. But I wanted to bring it to your attention because I see some people trying to do this. And like I said, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence because I think it's a great way to build your email list. Absolutely. As people are coming in, you have all these people, that if they're not having something, somebody's having something. And then the odds are they're in that area, right? Or they know somebody that knows somebody. And it's a great way to get your name out there by sending emails, on a monthly, bi weekly basis, whatever it is that you decide to do. One of the things that you can do is have that clear communication, as I mentioned. Make sure that they know what they're signing up for. Maybe they can sign up for, I don't know, get 10% off their next event, something like that. You know, make sure that there's transparency. Okay. Make sure that you're obtaining consent to get their information. Okay. And that's a key element in challenging those negative side effects, because people will come at you like, this is, I don't like this. So make sure you think it through. Of course, add it into your contract so that your customers know, hey, this is something that we do if it is that you don't want this, then you can opt out of it, you know. But make sure that you have that option available to your customers or your clients, because like I said, it's kind of iffy, right? I don't know how I feel about it, because I don't like the idea of people getting my information when they're coming to an event, when they're coming to have fun, they're coming to party, we coming to name the baby or celebrate the baby or whatever the event is for, have the wedding, and here you are taking information from my guests. So it's something to think about. As a person, you have to ask yourself, is this something that I would like personally? Um, and as a business owner, you would have to say, hey, is this something that can benefit my business? It's one of those things, right? So be sure to, look further into it if this is something that you decide to do. Yeah, it's one of those things. But if done correctly, then you can really, this can be a really great tool. I spelled this wrong. This can be a really great tool for you to have and grow a really fantastic email list, right? You can add the automation features to it, maybe using MailChimp or Constant Contact. And as soon as you get that email, boom, they get something for 10% off of their next event. Every couple of weeks, that you're sending them something automated, an automated email. So if you have it set up correctly, it may be, a cost effective way to get business to generate a lead. So, I like I said, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't know. I'm a private person, and I think that's why. I'm a very private person. Anyway, visit my website, build the business, the letter U, love.com, build the business you love.com. You can go to free guides and downloads, and with that, you can actually go and cop the what goes into getting started to start an events-based business. You can grab that. It's a pre-recorded webinar if you're interested in figuring out, what is necessary, what's required of you, what's required of from the business aspect to start an events-based business. And also, just to let you know that I have a course out right now, and I in my course I don't make promises, because everyone is in a different position, right? Everybody's like in a different financial position, in a different spiritual position, in a different, you know mindset. People are not in the same place. So it's really hard for me to be like, oh yeah, you're going to get an event space in 2 weeks. It doesn't really pan out that way. But what I do tell you about my course is that you will have a greater understanding of what goes into the business side, the industry, starting an event space, and how to get started. I go into funding and business credit and how to properly position your business for that. I go into visibility and marketing strategies, demystifying zoning and C of O, automations, contracts, management operations, and a whole lot more. It's a really awesome course if you're just looking to understand what goes into it. Maybe you're feeling like, hey, I want to start one, but I don't even know where to start. I don't know what goes into it. I don't want to waste a lot of money. This is probably a great course for you if you decide, hey, you look into it and you say, maybe this is not for me. Then that's okay too. At least you didn't spend an arm and a leg, and it's something that is affordable, and it's worth, it has a ton of information. Anyway, put the link to the course down below, and I'll also put the link to my website below so you can check out that free webinar. And that's pretty much it, guys. Z from Build a Business You Love. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a quick one. And that's it. I'm out. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Later.